Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Tonight we're going to talk about management because it is very, very easy if you are going to, at some point in your career, you might be so lucky or unfortunate to become a manager, and then you have to manage a development team. Maybe you will have multiple development teams under you. That could be different structures, maybe then this is you, the manager right here, or Mike, and then you can have multiple Scrum teams. Then you have Scrum Team 1 right here, then you have Scrum Team 2 right here, and then you have Scrum Team 3 right here. And of course, if you're really agile, then you will ask, why do you need a manager at all? Because you have these Scrum teams, and those could actually be self-organizing Scrum teams, but usually the organization still want a manager that actually takes responsibility of negotiating salary, and that is the one you can talk to if you are not happy with your current position, if you want to be moved somewhere, or maybe you want to have some courses. Usually, this manager role is probably here to stay. It is here, even though that we have Scrum Masters and we have a development team that is self-organizing, that should actually hire and fire people themselves. But this is definitely not always. This is not the case in real life. There's always a manager that does those things. If you at some point become a manager, then it does not mean that you're a bad developer, because there is this standing joke that in IT development that if you cannot code, if you cannot develop, then you will be promoted to manager. If you cannot lead, and if you cannot manage, then you will become a salesperson. It's a joke. Or is it? But that doesn't matter. That's another discussion. So now, what happened now? You actually became the manager for a lot of people, one or more Scrum teams usually. It's quite easy if you know what to look for. First of all, the human size, the human side of things, and then there's also the business output side of things. And I'm going to focus on the business output side in this video right here. So, of course, there's a lot more to it in that just providing business value and outputting stuff. But we can actually give developers two attributes to them, and one attribute is the skill level. So you have a skill level right here. That is one attribute. Let's make that green. So we have a skill level, and then you also have something called motivation. And those two things together, they actually will end up giving the business output, or the business value. And we can actually just make a small graph like this. So here we have a line upwards on the y-axis. This is the skill level. Here we have the motivation, which is on the x-axis right here. And then we have something like this. This goes through the middle right here. This is what we want to be above. We would like people to be more motivated than the line that we have right here. And we would like people to be more skilled than in this line right here. If we have those two attributes all together, then we have a very productive worker that will create a lot of business value, and that worker will create more business value than what that worker actually costs the company. Of course, I know this sounds very corporate and sounds a bit harsh, and the human side of it has been taken out of this. But this is what managers sees, and this is also what you could use when you become a manager yourself, of course. But it's just guidelines. It's just things to think about. So, yeah. So let's get started with this. So then we have the employees. The employees, they would usually be around somewhere around here. Let me just give this a good background color. So here we have one employee, and we'll just make a lot of employees right here. Each triangle is one employee. And of course, these are just the employees that you manage. So you will probably have something like this. Then you have one there. Let me just make some more. Then we have maybe someone here. Maybe two guys or girls right here. And then we have most of them that will actually be like this. And of course we have a couple that is both highly skilled. They have a high skill level, and they're also motivated to do a lot of stuff. But most people will actually end up. Most people are actually in this area right here, in this middle area. That is where most of your employees now will be in. So the trick is to know what to do when you have a really skilled worker, but the worker is not motivated at all. This is usually developers with a lot of self-esteem, and they have a huge ego. And what some managers actually do, which is very wrong, they start arguing and start demanding stuff from this person right here, and this will just make this egocentric person become even more against providing value. So then you will actually move the person to a bit to the left. Even he or she will actually become more or less motivated by if you start demanding and becoming angry and start fighting with this person. What you should do instead is you should actually talk into the ego, have a talk with this person, and say that you cannot do this project without them. This is really, really important. You can simply not do whatever you want to do. The team and the whole business rely on them, and you really need them to step up the output and to be a part of the team and also to help all of the colleagues right there. And then if you're lucky, then you can move them up here, or if not, then after some time, then you have to see that this person is not might never be a productive member of the team. But first of all, try to talk to this person and talk into the ego, say that this person is really important. You can also promote the person actually, so give them some responsibility, like making this person a tech lead, maybe the tech lead. Then he has an official recognition of how skilled he actually is, and then maybe he will actually start stepping a bit ahead of everybody, and then also at the same time also producing some value that can be used business-wise. So that is that type right there. I'm going to put this type back right here so we can actually see where we had that person. So then we have the troublemakers right here. So there's low motivation, there's also low skill level, and of course you should always talk to people, of course. But at some point, then you have to recognize that by keeping this person right in here, and you have had a lot of talks with this person, you have actually tried to talk, how can we motivate you better? Maybe you even try to actually to give this person some courses, and you try to educate this person, but you can just see the motivation level is still not there. Still very low, and you know that every time you put a course on this person right here, then you would actually then there's another person that will not get his or her course, because of course there's a budget for education usually in a company. It's not an infinite amount of money. And another thing is to know that you have this person out here that is standing and maybe really want to get into the company and into your team, and then to provide some value right here. And you actually by keeping this person in here, even though it sounds really harsh what I'm going to say now, then you're actually letting this person out in the cold right here. So at some point you have to have that tough discussion with this person right here, and then let this person go, and maybe then you can get another person in that is at least more motivated. So then we have this category down here in this corner right here. That is the type of person that is really, really motivated. This person will bake cake and do a lot of cool things, arrange summer parties, but this person right here does not have the skills to actually make the work that should be done and to provide business value. And of course, this is actually one of the easy ones, because usually you can actually just educate this person. You can give this person some courses, maybe just online courses is usually enough, so it does not cost that much. Another thing is that you can actually, if you're lucky, then you can get one of these highly motivated persons to go down here and then mentor and actually work together with this person right here. Of course, it needs to be done. You should not ruin this valuable resource that you have up in the top corner right here. So of course, it should be done accordingly with that person. And if that person at some point gets enough of educating and of mentoring this person right here, then take a break from doing that, and then let this person actually grow with courses and with web courses are enough right there. So that is a way to get the skill level up there. Another thing is also that you can actually have each programmer, each developer, you can have them show something cool each week from what they did. Make the demos a bit more technical. So you have in Scrum you have the demos for the stakeholders, but you can also make maybe a technical demo where you show what kind of technology and how you actually with very specific code, how you actually solve the given problem. That will also take these people that are down here, and it will actually lift them up right here. Because what these people, the highly motivated people, can do, they can copy and paste. They're very good with the Control-C, Control-V, and they really like to. They really like to provide some value. They're highly motivated, right? So just teach them what to do, and show them code snippets and help them, tutor them, and and that is the responsibility of the whole team. And then there's another thing is that is also transparency. It is vital for each Scrum team to be transparent with these things right here. So if you have someone that is not skilled, then be transparent about it and say that and say that we have these two people right here. You can see they're really motivated, and you can see that and tell everybody about it that it is a common team task to actually upgrade these people's skills so they can become a productive part of the team. And then most team members, they will just respect that and actually see that as a nice challenge. And it's actually very nice to be that is one of the good things about being a teacher, that is you see other people grow and you see other people actually acquiring skills and becoming better and better. That's a huge it's very satisfactory to see that, so to see other people grow. Yeah, and the same thing with so be transparent no matter what. These people up here and these people up here, those people should be recognized for their for what they actually do. You should not try to underplay their role because you're afraid that they will actually find something else to do. They will find something else to do anyway, and they will actually. It's more likely that they will find something else to do if you do not recognize their skill and their contribution to the business and to the and to the team at all. So it's very important to praise these people. And continue saying, "Wow, this was really amazing! What you did right there. That is really, really good job." Do not keep it a secret that these players are the top players, because then the other players, they actually have a role model, especially the people down here, and also the ones without motivation. They can see that it's not enough to be skilled. You also have to have motivation to get the praise that their ego actually needs. So have some good role models and keep on giving them good credit for what they actually do. And then also bear in mind that this schematics right here, it can change over time. So that means that, of course, just like if you talk someone into actually becoming more motivated, then the opposite can also happen. So you always need to be mindful that one person that was a role model the year earlier, maybe that person has some. There could be reasons, right? So for the motivation to drop, the skill level usually don't drop. They will keep the skill level. So the motivation can drop for some team members, and then it is important to take the talk to those team members and say, and find out why. There could also be something personal behind the drop in motivation. It could also be that if you have been on the same project for a long time, then you're tired of that project. Maybe you need some new greenfield project to work on instead of doing maintenance all the time. There's sometimes then you have a project that goes into maintenance, and then some people, they will be demotivated by that. So that is the motivation, and motivation and skill. That's actually what is usually important for to give a good output. And to give business value. And in the end, the developers are there to actually provide business value, and they are there to provide value for the stock owners, even though that you have human resources that, of course, say that, well, we're one big family and we're doing this just to be kind to each other and just to have fun. You need to know that we have to give some value out. We need to produce more value than we actually take in salary, and each team member needs to know that, of course. So that was so. This is how to manage, and of course, there's a lot of difficult dilemmas that could be taken out of this. And it of course is not as easy as it looks, but you should just be aware of the schematics anyway. That you could have someone that is not motivated and not skilled. You should think about replacing those with someone that are actually at least one of the two, or maybe both if you're lucky. And that's it. I'm using Google Jamboard, by the way. It's really awesome. It's cool. You can work together on this Jamboard as well. I was thinking about one more thing actually. What was that regarding this schematics right here? So we have the role models. We have the highly motivated ones. The one that needs some mentoring to go up in the skill level. What else do we have? I think that's it actually. So that's actually it's quite easy to manage developers. We almost manage ourselves, right? We just give us an interesting job, and then we will actually figure the rest out ourselves. Thank you very much for watching, and of course, if you have some comments about managing developers, then of course let me know. Of course, there's a lot of nuances to this, and there's a lot of details that they're not go into. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.